Good Tuesday morning to you. It's time for another After the Sermon. This past week, this past Sunday, actually, we were in Hebrews chapter 11, starting in verse 13, where it says, "These all died in faith, not having received the things promised, but having seen them and greeted them from afar, and having acknowledged that they were strangers and exiles on earth. For people who speak thus make it clear that they are seeking a homeland. If they had been thinking of that land from which they had gone out, they would have had opportunity to return. But as it is, they desire a better country, that is, a heavenly one. Therefore, God is not ashamed to be called their God, for he has prepared for them a city." We were talking about the difference between being a pilgrim and being a wanderer. And here's our definitions for that. A pilgrim is one who has a specific destination in view, generally a holy destination, and who passes through foreign territory. Now, a wanderer is one who moves about without a fixed course or objective. Of course, we talked about the Israelites with this, how they started out as pilgrims when they left Egypt, but they ended up being wanderers in the wilderness. And we talked about um, us. Are we pilgrims or are we wanderers spiritually? Pilgrims have their minds and feet pointed in the most important direction. Their compass is set for heaven. That is their focus. So, how do we keep our focus in being a pilgrim and where we want to go as we travel through this foreign land that we live on in earth? Number one, I think a pilgrim is one who seeks the will of God. Most importantly, in everything they do, they are seeking what is the will of God in this. Number two, we have to be people that pray. We have to be in constant communication with our God. It is so important for us to do so. Number three, we must be in his word. If we are not in his word, it will be hard for us to know what his will is. So, in order to know his will, we must be in his word. We must know him fully. And then, lastly, I think also we must have fellowship with other pilgrims. When we are traveling through this foreign land with other pilgrims, we find encouragement. We are able to spur each other on, as the Bible tells us to do. And when we go through tough times, is those people that we can go to that help pick us up, because we know that a cord is stronger when there's two to three as opposed to one, and it works the same way with Christians as well. We are stronger when we are together than when we are by ourselves. So this week, make it your aim. Be a pilgrim. Don't be a wanderer. Remember, God loves you. So do I. Have a blessed week. And God willing, we'll see you next week.